In order to understand the groundwater unit, we need to look back at the water cycle. The water cycle starts with evaporation, turning liquid into a gas. When the gas rises in the atmosphere, it cools and becomes water droplets to form clouds. This is condensation. When the clouds become too heavy, precipitation occurs. Precipitation can take two paths. It can either fall as runoff and go back into the body of water, or it can seep into the ground and become groundwater. The focus of this unit is going to be to determine how fast the water seeps into the ground and the ground's ability to store the water. Groundwater is water that fills and moves through spaces in rock and sediment. Much of the fresh water in the United States comes from groundwater sources. The ability for water to be stored is known as permeability and porosity. We are going to look at permeability and porosity of three different sediment materials. Porosity is the amount of space between sediments. The spaces are called pores. The pores depend on the size and the shape of the sediments. If we look at the spaces between the particles, you will notice that the spaces, or pores, between the particles of the pebbles are the largest, and the pores in the clay are the smallest. The pores of the sand is in between the pebbles and the clay. This means that the pebbles have a higher porosity than clay. Permeability is the amount of time it takes for water to flow through the rock or sediment. This depends on if the pores are connected or not and how large the pore spaces are. Water will flow easier and faster through connected, larger pores, such as the path on the bottom of this picture. In order to measure the permeability of each sediment type, I am going to pour water into each material and time how long it takes for the water to flow through. To do this, I will need a funnel with a coffee filter, filled with each material, and a beaker to catch the water. I will pour 100 milliliters of water into each funnel and time how long it takes for each to flow through. It took 22.87 seconds for 100 milliliters of water to flow through the pebbles. It took 36.26 seconds for 100 milliliters of water to flow through the sand. It took 2 minutes and 44 seconds for 100 milliliters of water to flow through the clay. The pebbles allowed water to travel through it the fastest. Therefore, the pebbles are the most permeable. The clay did not allow water to pass through easily at all. Therefore, it is the least permeable.